Hey guys, it's Monday again. Woo, so exciting. Yeah, so now I'm gonna continue off from my questions from last week. What is true love? Okay, well, here's how I define love. It's two people, I mean, more if you want, whatever. They start out as friends, they start to know each other better, they know everything about each other, they know each other's secrets, they know everything about like their quirks and their personalities and their habits and their vices and everything. There's no awkwardness between both of you. And it's not always lust. It's not just lust. There's lust sometimes, but not all the time. Like 24/7, blah, blah, blah. On the floor, on the bench, on a bed. Being able to sit and not necessarily feel that lust. Just being able to sit there and like having your heart warm. Just knowing that you're holding their hand and like being with them. You know? Yeah. It's kind of hard to define true love, but it's up here. It's hard to put in words. Yeah. Okay, what's a good life? I would say being with people you love, doing what you do, doing what you want to do, blah, 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 blah. All that kind of stuff, the cliche, stereotypical stuff. But I think it's true. Not having stress. I mean, you gotta have some stress in your life, or else things won't be in order. Doing what you love to do, living each day to its fullest. And by that I mean like try stuff you never. You're like, oh, try this food, and they're like, oh no, it looks disgusting, and you're like, well, yeah, it's an ethnic food, and they're like, oh no, it's disgusting, I only eat American food, blah 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 blah. I mean, like, why not try it at least once? Like, that's my theory. I mean, I'll try like some weird stuff at least once, and then like sometimes it's good too. It's not always horrible. Yeah, just being able to laugh with them and hang out with them. It's a good life. Have I ever had my heart broken? I want to say yes, and I'll leave it at that. Have I ever broken someone else's heart? I sure hope not. They seem happy. I don't think I've like completely destroyed them. Yeah. What do I like most about myself? Things that I've done as a child. Because I used to play ping pong all the time as a kid. So me and my family would just play all the time, and we'd be like, oh, this is so much fun. And then when I got to high school and I joined the ping pong club, people are like, wow, you're really good. And I'm like, really? I don't think so at all. And they're like, yeah, did you used to play or something? And I'm like, yeah, I used to play with my family all the time. And they're like, wow. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's cool. And also with gymnastics, I used to do gymnastics as a kid. I know how to do all this stuff. And they're like, wow, how did you do that? And I'm like, well, I used to take gymnastics. And they're like, oh, that's really cool. And I'm like, oh. I used to take piano lessons as a kid. I used to do basketball, soccer. I used to play a lot of sports as a kid, which is weird. I'm pretty fit too. I like that about myself. I'm skinny and fit. I'm not like buff, like grrr. That's what I like. My personality, I kind of like. Sometimes I like my creativity. Because most people are like, wow, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, it all came from my mind. Thank you very much. And they're like, yeah, blah blah blah. What I dislike about myself, my muscles, like in my six pack, which I'm not getting yet, are like all. I feel like I can get skinnier and more fit, basically. I mean, I know I'm like skinny enough, but I don't know. There's that nagging little thing that's like, you can get skinnier. Yeah, I guess that's it. What I don't like about myself, like mentally, okay, this is like paradoxical. It's the last thing that I said. But I don't like my creativity because you know how like you take stuff from things you've seen or heard? So like nothing is really ever truly original because you take stuff and incorporate it into your mind and then it just changes, and you take it in as one thing and then you just change it and you bring it out as something else. So my problem is that like I take too many things in and I make it my own, but it's really not. Like I know it's someone else's, and that's what bothers me the most. I know it's someone else's, but I still take it and like bring it out, and people are like, "Wow, that's really cool," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, like it's not really mine, but I mean, I'll be like, sure, yeah, it's cool." Like the thing about me, I will give credit where credit is due. Whenever, like, if a kid next to me in class says the right answer, but the teacher doesn't hear, I'll say it louder, and then the teacher will be like, "Oh, you're so right," and I'm like, "Oh, it wasn't me, it was the kid." Like, I'll do that, Yeah. What I don't like about me, I'm not original enough. That's what I don't like. Am I a lover or a fighter? I'm definitely a lover. I'm one of the biggest pacifists that I know. I'm afraid to like kill bugs. Not that I'm afraid, I just can't stand the idea of killing. Once there's a spider in my bed, in my bathroom, and like I was like, toilet paper, die! And then I killed it and I picked it up. And I was like gonna like, flush it down the toilet. But before I did, for some stupid reason, I squished it and it crunched. And ever since that moment, that crunch of that spider, I've always been afraid to kill. Not afraid, but like, it bothers me so much to like, you know what I mean? Like little tiny mosquitoes, like, bah, and then like that's it. I can handle that. But like the big ones, like moths and like spiders, if they're tiny spiders, sure. But like spiders and like cockroaches, cockroaches are the worst. I can never kill them. Things like that, I cannot kill. I'm a lover. I've never gotten into a fist fight. I always drop fights if they get too far into it. Like debates and stuff, when I feel like the person is getting too riled up, I'll just be like, alright, you win. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about like, I don't care about stuff that much to let like our relationship like be at risk for that. Okay, my biggest fear in relationships, I have a commitment issue, to be honest. Every relationship that I've been in, I've ended. I don't know why, it's just when I start like dating, I just get this, like I like them at first, like I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah, we're dating. But then after a while I start going like, oh, okay, we're dating. And then after more, I go, oh, we're dating? And I don't know why, but it's just, okay, here's story time. I like this girl. I think I know why. Because I was never the one to be talked about in elementary and middle school. You know those people that everyone talked about, the gossipers, whatever. I mean, who people gossiped about? I was never one of those people. I was never talked about. I was just like, go along with the move, flow, whatever. And I never really told someone that I liked them until 7th grade, which is like which is when the event happened. I asked this girl out to a dance, and she was like, oh, sure. And I was like, oh, yes. And then right after that class period, my friend came up to me. She's like, she's not in the class. My friend came up to me, and she was like, so, you're like this girl, huh? And I was like, how'd you find out? And she was like, well, news travels fast. And I was like, all right. I'm just not used to being talked to, I guess, So by that time, I was like a lot of people had known. And after school, my friends came up to me. She's like, so, I hear you like this girl. I'm like, how do you know already? And I was like kind of mad, So like, this is the bad part. By the time of the dance, I didn't actually dance with her. I just like kind of danced with a group of friends. And I felt really bad. But like at the time, I was like kind of avoiding her. I don't know why, because I just had this issue. I guess it's the mentality in my mind that's like, I don't like when people talk about it, like when people talk about me being with, like, dating someone else, or, like, people talk about me in general, I guess. Yeah. And to add on to that, another girl I liked in 8th grade, right after I told her I liked her, I stopped liking her, because I was like, because in my mind it was like, oh, we can't ever be together, and people talking about us, and they'll say we're a bad match, and blah, 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 blah. And that's really weird, because it's not like I intentionally stopped liking her. I just did. Like, I was like, oh, I like you. But, like, in my mind, I was like, wait, I don't really like her anymore. And I had to explain that to her, which is really kind of weird. Lately, I've been getting kind of okay with, like, dating and stuff. But I still have that same problem, that commitment issue. And it's just, I really don't know what's wrong with me. So I guess that's it. Oh my god, I'm so excited for tomorrow's video, because guess who's gonna be there? Adam! Yeah, that's right. And so he's gonna, I don't want to ruin it, but oh my god, I'm just like freaking out over here. And I'm so excited for his video tomorrow. Adam, you better do what you said you were gonna do, because I have just been freaking out non-stop for, so you should do it. Alright? Goodbye, and I'll see you next week.